Okay. Well, I made it back for number two. It's going to be short tonight. I don't have a lot of time. It is 1:40 in the morning, Wednesday, April 6th. I worked all night. It's been a long night, actually. Let me try to sum up the time I've had since the last time I talked. Well, I took a trip, me and my wife, to Columbia, South Carolina, and visit my family like I said I would. We had a blast. It was a good time. The trip was rather uneventful. I drank too much. I had way too much fun. Didn't argue much on the trip. Me and the wife got along fine. We had a lot on our mind, though. My grandson, he had run away and he had just got picked up and found right before we left. So that kind of went off my mind and the distress was gone. So it allowed us to have a good time. We managed to have enough money for the trip, so it was fun overall. Um, Things are going pretty good at home right now. Not getting along so good with my grandson. He is really having a hard time coping. He's got some issues and some things he needs to work out. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get used to the fact that people care about him, but we're trying, and I think that's going to go well. My job is going good. Basically, it's the work's slow right now. We don't have a lot going on. Clamp assembly is something that I love to do at my job, and I haven't been doing it a lot lately. I've been working in sandblasting and here and there, different places in the plant. I don't exactly know why. Maybe because work is slow. I'm trying to quit smoking. Now that's a whole nother story. It's causing problems with some problems with me and my wife. She thinks I should be able to quit really easy. Like, hey, you should be able to do this easy, man. No problem. I guess it's because she did. She thinks I can. I don't know, man. It ain't that easy to do. It's really not that easy to do. But what can you say, man? Yeah, people just don't get it sometimes. They like, should be easy, but it's not. Um, Coming up in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be real interesting. I'm trying to find someone to sit down and do a podcast with me, but people are like, I can't do that. That's too hard. What's hard about this? I'm sitting here, I'm just talking. The biggest problem I'm having is I can't figure out how to get these things onto iTunes. I tried to download the last one to iTunes, and it came up to where I don't have a URL, a URL. I mean, what the hell is a URL? I did some research on it, and now I know what it is, but it seems that I need to have an an actual website, that I can use. An actual website, not just you can't record it off your phone and pop it on because you got to have some kind of a website URL to be able to. So I'm working on that. I guess the best thing to do would be to turn to a child. I mean, kids nowadays, they know a lot more than we do. So I'll ask, maybe get some of my grandkids to help me. They might know. But I'll eventually get over that. Maybe I'll get about 10 or 15 of these banked up, and then I'll figure out how to drop them on all at once. I'm going to have to work on that. Um, yeah, if anybody hears this on Facebook or something and has any ideas or knows how to do it, man, contact me. Help me out. I'm an old man. I'm not the best technical savvy cat on the planet anyway. But also, like I said, I'm not having any luck finding somebody that will help me on these podcasts because people are afraid. They're afraid to sit down and talk, or afraid to sit down and express themselves openly, I guess, or they're just afraid they'll fail. They'll sound funny, or they like right now. I'm running out of things to say. I mean, I don't know what to talk about. My dog's looking at me like I'm stupid. Here I'm just talking. What the matter, pet? What the matter? He don't know what I'm doing. He thinks I'm an idiot. But anyway, I got another trip planned here toward the end of May. Me and Val are going to take a trip up to her mom's house. She's presently living with Val's sister in Virginia. That should be interesting. And we're probably going to rent a car and go up there and spend probably 8 or 9 days. It should be a blast. She lives right on the Chesapeake Bay there, so maybe we can get some good seafood in and have some good times. Um, for my next podcast, I'm gonna sit down beforehand and I'm gonna try to maybe plan it out a little better, put down some things to talk about, maybe open up Google News and talk about some stuff that's going on. Like here recently, here in Pigeon Forge, man, they had one of those, those helicopters that you spend like 5 or 10 or 15 or whatever dollars to rent the thing for a second. They take you up and fly you around, let you see the scenery. Ooh wee, ooh wee. Well, one of those things crashed and killed like 4 people. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's kind of ironic because everybody's thinking those things are so safe because you only go up for a minute. They got to be safe, right? Well, no, they don't have to be safe, and they're actually not safe. Not completely safe, maybe a little, but not completely. What I'm worried about in that situation is how many of those things could possibly fall. I mean, we got like 10 of those things. Every couple miles you go in Pigeon Forge, you run up on one of them. They're popping up all over, and how safe are they? How many people are going to have to lose their life before they finally kind of regulate that a little bit? I mean, who are the pilots and what kind of maintenance do they do on these helicopters? They look kind of old, popping up like prairie dogs everywhere. But I guess I could do a little investigation on that myself and see, I mean, somebody's got to do it. I guess some kind of watchdog group around here somewhere's got to do it, but I don't even know what the regulations are, or if there are any regulations, or if anybody even gives a shit. But I guess that's something we'll find out here pretty soon anyway. Sitting here now watching TV a little bit before I turn this on, watching iZombie, one of my favorite shows. Fixing to watch Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a minute. This past weekend, me and Val went to Crossroads, no, the Governor's Crossing Theater. And this is a badass theater. It has like reclining chairs. You can sit there and your feet go up and you're all comfortable. Really spacious. Pretty nice theater. They just built it. But we went and saw Batman v Superman. Now, I am possibly maybe the biggest Batman fan on the planet. Except for maybe Kevin Smith. I don't know. But I wasn't real impressed with this movie. I don't know what it was about it. It just didn't fit right. I mean, it's like Ben Affleck, I don't know, man. He seemed a little angry. I mean, even for Batman, he seemed like nothing was right, Plus he was wearing that little stubble beard he had going on or whatever. It just didn't. They were trying to hit Frank Miller's concept of Batman right on the nose, and the storyline pretty much did hit it on the nose, but the Batman, I don't know, and the Superman was portrayed too much as a villain. I mean, I don't know. I didn't feel it like I hoped I would. The Doomsday, they didn't get the Doomsday just right. He was from Krypton, and everybody knows that the original Doomsday in the comics wasn't from Krypton. He was from another planet, but he wasn't from Krypton. So they took a lot of liberal license things with this movie that just didn't ring true. But other than that, it was pretty good. There's a lot of action scenes, and the suit, the mechanical suit that he wore, was right out of Frank Miller's Batman. I mean, it was like awesome Dark Knight. It was right on. So overall, I guess it was pretty good. Well, I guess I'm gonna pop on out of here, watch a little TV before I go to bed. Tomorrow's another work night, middle of the week. Get this one over with and get on down the line. The temperature's dropping down kind of cold tonight. It's here it is, April. It's supposed to be in the low 30s. I hear rumors. I hear rumors of snow. Now that's something that I can't wrap my head around. It was like 78, 80 the weekend. Now it's supposed to snow. So I guess we'll find out about that. I don't know. You never know if there's going to be snow, if there ain't. And it's not unprecedented for there to be some snow. But we'll see. And I'll be getting back as soon as I can. All right, this is Tony Sanders. And podcast is called Tony Who. I'm thinking about a name change of this podcast. I'm thinking about going with EGAD. Now, EGAD is a strange word. It's a very strange word. It means exclamation word. Now, used mainly by older people is what the Webster Dictionary says. It basically says that. A word of exclamation. Keep saying explanation. So I'm thinking about that, and I'm looking into it. Maybe I'll get it worked out before I actually get this thing posted. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll see you next week. Tony Sanders. Have a good one.